The Eater wanders the universe with no memories or thoughts. Having long since forgotten where it came from, it just keeps on devouring, wandering from galaxy to galaxy, sucking up every drop of matter and energy it finds. Everything is shattered and devoid everywhere it passed by. It was 300 years ago that mankind learned that the Eater was on its way to the solar system at full speed. Behaving no longer like a stray, it is heading straight for Earth at 1/2 the speed of light after half a century of accelerating. Scientists discovered the Eater through the Hubble telescope. At first, they only thought it was a bug of the image-generating software, but after continuing to observe that ever-extending straight line of pure white colorlessness in the blackness of cosmic space, they despaired. It was the space wake left by the warp engine as it accelerated, a mythical technology based on curvature propulsion. Under the shadow of the arrival of some alien light speeder with an unknown purpose, humanity showed great division. Alien fanatics set up religions and count on their fingers the coming of their Lord. In contrast to them, people who believe that the arrival of aliens is the end of the earth have split out into two categories. Many of the pessimistic doomsayers chose to commit mass suicide, staging hundreds of mass suicides on a scale of few thousand people. In the meantime, optimistic doomsayers use drugs and alcohol, set fires and robberies, engage in public debauchery. They live every day as if it were the end of the world. The chaos did not last long between the crazies and the terrorists. A faction called the Counterpunchers rose. The Counterpunchers were also doomsayers of sorts, hypothesizing that the aliens had come to wipe out Earth's creatures, but different from those two kinds I mentioned above, they had a determined purpose. All they had to do was fight the aliens to the death at all costs. In subsequent observations of the historical behavior of this strange celestial body, mankind discovered something that caused them utter despair. It does indeed destroy everything wherever they go. This momentous discovery instead powerfully legitimized the Counterpunchers, and they managed to come to power, going from an opinion to an association, eventually going behind the scenes of governments. They restored order to the world and named the coming thing the Eater, describing it as an unbelievably evil, ruthless, hungry, barbaric yet powerful alien invader. As they change every textbook, adding tendentious speculation about aliens to the daily news, the image of a psychopathic space pirate was gradually built up. Surprisingly, a lot of Cold War material got reused. A new world built on hatred had risen. Was never so united under day after day, year after year of propaganda and hateful education. Even a child in the first grade had the determination to perform a kamikaze on that unbelievably evil, powerful yet barbaric Eater. Esperanto was introduced mandatorily. The barriers of language were broken down completely, and all kinds of crime and the gap between rich and poor were virtually eliminated. self-degradation was legally prohibited, and all the people of the world had nothing but hatred in their hearts, working diligently at their posts and waiting for that day to come, very full of fulfillment. Every day, the day came after 300 years of operation of the gigantic communist machine. In exchange for art, literature, emotions, and free will, the artless, literature-less, emotionless human race gained incredible productivity, and by it finally successfully forged the trump card of the Mother Earth before the day. It was a chain explosion system, consist of 3 parts. First, 500 hydrogen bombs, a billion-ton yield buried in the Western Hemisphere. They would be detonated in sequence to blast the Earth out of its rotational orbit with shockwaves and make Mother Earth charge towards her enemy. Second, there were plasma generators in the Eastern Hemisphere. Nuclear fusion would wrap the Eastern Hemisphere in hot plasma, turning the Earth herself into a great ball of fire, a deadly weapon. Next were 50,000 NEO satellite-type cobalt bombs. They were designed to saturatedly destroy everything on the planet. Everlasting radioactive dust would make sure there is nothing but a totally scorched Earth left for the enemy. This is the greatest kamikaze mission in the history of mankind. When Mother Earth will become nemesis, burning everything she has to charge towards her enemy, throwing her last yet deadliest punch that cost billions of lives. The world called this system by their own name proudly, the counterpunch, as the Eater decelerate into the solar system, slowly approaching the Earth. Humanity throughout the world bade farewell to their comrades one by one, thanking each other for their contributions and sacrifices for the noble purpose. Then they raised their arms and chanted, "Long live Mother Earth, long live the counterpuncher." In the new world, everyone was assigned with a controller. From the moment they born, the controller that activates the counterpunch system, which can only be activated with the consent of the entire population of Earth. In other words, as long as one person has a problem with the counterpunch, then the counterpunch system will not be activated. I don't know if any human being would ever regret it at the last moment, but they really pressed the button, all of them, for billion people, in just 5 seconds. A golden red dawn ripped through the night. Blue skies, white clouds, and the delightful twitter of birds coming from the window, and countless lonely dreams. The Eater would always return to the scene where they broke out of the egg and the incubator, the beginning of their life. That was 70 million years ago, 70 million years ago on Earth. Late Cretaceous, the last days of the dinosaurs. During the 160 million years of dominating the Earth, dinosaurs domesticated ants, which invented integrated circuits. Then dinosaurs invented computer with integrated circuits, and hundreds of billions of worker ants invented all the infrastructures of the dinosaur world. With the help of computers, with the cooperation of the dinosaurs' huge brains, and the ants' tiny tentacles, they slowly evolved over the long years to build one of the most advanced civilizations in the Milky Way. Strong interaction materials, near light speed navigation, warp drive consciousness uploading, cities were covered with data centers thousands of meters high, where the consciousnesses of creatures of all races collaborated with each other and lived peacefully in the cloud earth. The virtual world, the concept of nation was wiped during their evolution, left only individual city-states guided by complete artificial intelligence. The dinosaurs' time had long since departed from the rudimentary form of civilization, where there were no wars, no diseases, no poverty or hunger, and where all species were equal. They had long ago overcome the bloodlust and wildness in their nature, and they were the sole master of the solar system until its arrival. A battleship came. It was once the most powerful battleship in the silicon-based biological world. Silicon-based creatures are mechanical beings, unlike human mimickers trained by machine learning algorithms. You can imagine them as living iron bricks or transformers. This battleship stormed into the solar system out of nowhere, lunatically attacking the solar system indiscriminately and destroying the dinosaur starfleet. The dinosaur civilization, which had just achieved interstellar voyages, fought a gruesome yet protracted war with orphan silicon-based organisms in the solar system. They fought to a grueling draw. The silicon-based battleships were out of any resources, but the Earth was also on the verge of destruction. Even with the technology of the dinosaur civilization, it did not help. At this point, the dinosaurs' AI made a decision for the civilization. They're moving out. They hijacked the powerless silicon-based battleships, took the only resources left on Earth to repair the powerful battleship, and took the collective consciousness of billions of creatures with them, the cloud Earth. The first generation of Earth's civilization, the dinosaur civilization, officially went from being a stellar civilization to an interstellar civilization, from being a carbon-based organism to a silicon-based collection of consciousness. Dinosaurs left the solar system and became cosmic wanderers. Over the everlasting course of wandering, the ship's life support systems slowly aged, and it had to obtain resources from other planets to maintain its operations. The artificial intelligence and the online consciousness of billions of creatures merged with each other. Darwin's theory of evolution was revalidated in virtual space. The second competition over millions of species consciousness began in the cloud Earth with the bloodlust, brutality, and savagery carved inside their genes. The dinosaurs became the winner again. Just as 160 million years ago, their consciousness dominated the battleship, reinventing it as their original form. That powerful, hungry, and deadly apex predator, a dinosaur. The Eater was born.
Звездная пыль на сапогах, мягкое кресло, клетчатый плед, не нажатый вовремя курок. Солнечный день в ослепительных снах.
The Eater came to a steady stop before touching the earth and dodged out of the way with ease. His huge body was much more agile than it looked. The earth, which had come straight at its thrust of the nuclear explosion, looked incredibly clumsy and ridiculous in front of it, as if a stone thrown by a virgin. while exploding. The counterpunch, the great feat of human, is nothing more than a meaningless, ridiculous fireworks show. Billions of lives dissipated, humanity perished by its own hand.
Хотел бы остаться с тобой, просто остаться с тобой. Но высокая в небе звезда зовет меня в путь. Группа крови на рукаве, мой порядковый номер на рукаве. Пожелай мне удачи в бою, пожелай мне.
That was the day the Eater decided to sail toward the ending of its wandering. It all began with a whiff from its homeland. After traveling around the universe for thousands of years, the Eater miraculously wandered back to the Milky Way. The Eater was heading home, solar system. To its surprise, Earth was once again teeming with carbon-based creatures. The Eater was ecstatic, as if it could already smell the scent of fleshes of carbon organics, as if it could already see the burning fireball hanging over the blue sky once more. As it entered the solar system, the Eater sensed a striking resemblance to itself from the creatures of Earth with only one gaze. It was the gaze from an exiled dominator upon its descendants through the mist of thousands of years of stray. It had a lot of wisdom to share with a lot of stories to tell. It held all of the technological marvels of the dinosaur age, insights of cosmic voyages spanning millions of years, galaxy-leading political systems, limitless resources. The lonely old dinosaur, who had solely evolved for billions of years, was ready to prepare its descendants to embrace the universe and the future with everything they needed. The Eater had all the answers to all the questions, and the patience to answer all the questions, and everything the Earth beings were chasing. Mankind could have had it all to become the master of the solar system, a civilization at the pinnacle of the universe. Of course, that's only if the mankind doesn't obliterate themselves with some fucking ridiculous, meaningless, and exhausting fireworks show. Well, that will be the last message. From this place called Earth, as the humans had hoped, the planet was indeed destroyed to the dregs, and I couldn't save it even with dinosaurs' technology. All I can do is digging up all the information underneath the ruins, piecing together the last days of this planet, to carve them into the surface of this dead planet, and broadcasting them to the solar system for you to see. Traveler, whatever your reason for visiting this devastated planet, I hope you enjoy the story of it and pass a message to your civilization, to civilizations all over the universe. The universe is grand, but life is grander. Make time for life, or life won't make time. Yours truly, The Eater.
Bạn ơi, quan hà xin cạn chén ly bôi. Ngày mai tôi đã đi xa rồi. Thành đồ lưu luyến chăn bước chân tôi, chưa ôi mấy ai không bùi ngùi, kỷ niệm buồn vui mãi ghi trong hồn tôi. Người thư xin ấy đã xếp bút nghiền giá từ trường yêu với bao nhiêu bạn hiền, có vẻ là khi nước non vui bình yên. Nhiều lúc lên đường đưa tiễn chân tôi, thương lên khóe mắt mẹ nhắn đôi lời, diệt thù lập công cho sân vai trái, sắt son ghi lòng chờ phai. Ăn chiến xây đắp tương lai, còn đi chinh chiến để nước yên vui. Lời mẹ hiền khuyên nguyện khắc trong tim, bao giờ dám quên. Bạn ơi, khi nào ai hỏi đến tên tôi, đời tôi linh chiến cánh chim tung trời. Ngày nào khi đất nước hết binh đao, giữa đoàn hùng